Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Let's jump right into RuPaul's Drag Race. You already know I have been waiting for days to talk about this shit. At first I wasn't too mad, but the longer I had to think about it, and then over the past few days, my schedule has been busy. I didn't have a chance to record, but I've been talking to some of my friends about it. And the more I talk about it, I'm getting pissed. I'm like, maybe that episode did piss me off. I don't know. I have some shit to say. The title of this episode for me is I Blame You, Ru. RuPaul, I blame you. And we're gonna get to it because I'm about to read some bitches. And I don't give a fuck. I hope, I ain't nobody. I ain't really nobody on YouTube, just Angie giving her 2 cents. But I hope this bitch sees it because she needs as many people to get her correct as possible. Now, I did see on Twitter, I want to say, is it Jake Yancey? He does all the RuPaul girls, where Candy posted that people found out her mother's social media and they were dragging her mom. That's too much. That's way too much. Don't bring people mothers into it, they sisters, they family, they husbands, any of that. I ain't saying all them people were brought into it, but just drag her ass because she the one who needs to be checked. Let's get into it because it was a whole bunch of looks. The overall ball, I give a C+. A lot of the looks I did not care for, so let's go through it. I got my notes this week because I don't want to miss nothing. Candy comes in the workroom. The girls coming in. Kimora just left, and Kimora should have never left in that outfit. I know she would have turned this ball. Candy comes in, the girls talking, and Candy, who made her the narrator of the season? She's very much like Silky. Everybody was all over my Twitter. It was like, Angie, she just like Silky. I'm like, she's worse than Silky. Yes, Silky used to suck the energy out of the room, like fighting for camera times, but you all allow Candy to have all this camera time. At least, Evie Oddly was there to check Silky's ass. Tamisha is the Evie. Tamisha is here. We gonna get to it. Candy tells everybody Simone is her only competition because she won 2 challenges. And Tamisha gives her opinion like, baby, you ain't seen everybody yet. That was just week 1. It's some competition in here. You ain't seen me turn everything yet. I get you, Simone. I get you, Tamisha. Tamisha is my girl. I love Tamisha. But Candy has everybody sitting in that room is your competition, girl, with that wig looking a fool on your head like that and your panties showing. The judges gave you too much. You should have never been in the top looking a fool the way you looked. The judges gave you too much, bitch. You should have went in the bottom. You should have lip synced. It's season 13. We don't wear our wigs halfway down our forehead, and our panties don't show. So everybody is your competition until you can step that look up. That's read number 1, Candy. But let's move on. Ru has the girls being babies, doing the little silly dances. I think last year they were playing around in kitty litter, but I'm like, at least last year I understood the advertisement of it all. Like, they was advertising kitty litter. I didn't understand why they were dressing up like babies. Nobody did a good job to me. Lala Rhea at least winded her hips a little bit, so she won. Moving on. Ru said it's a bag ball. What were the categories? A mixed bag. It took me a long time. It took me until they got on the runway to figure out what he meant by mixed bag. And then the money ball, but I just called them rich bitches. That's how I interpret it. And then the bag ball, where they make outfits, the unconventional challenge, out of old purses. Got it. That's the challenge. It's always a few girls that can't sew. Simone can't sew. Candy ain't know how to sew. And that bitch talking about she only got 1 competition. That's your competition and neither one of y'all bitches can sew. And then Lala Rhea can't sew. Lala Rhea can't glue gun either. But we gonna get there. We are going to get there. I've already gave my opinion about how is it season 13. As soon as you get that call for Drag Race, you need to get in your local, at least give your local seamstress $100 for 2 hours worth of lessons so you can at least put your little t-shirt dress together. It doesn't make sense for you not to know how to put a garment together by season 13. You know it's coming. And you know it's coming early. It used to be week 1. So you know it's coming early. Let's move on. Utica has never seen a ball. So Candy did a little mini ball. You know I love that show. Legendary. It was another show that came on before Legendary. I want to say it was called In the House, where they had the different houses. I can't remember what channel that came on. I can't remember. That was my first true exposure to ballroom, because of course, you know, I didn't know anything about it. I know Pose, you know, the show Pose is surrounded around ballroom. Love. From the first moment I saw it on my TV screen, I fell in love with it, and I would love to actually go to a ball, but I don't know anybody that goes. But if I ever meet somebody, like I would love to go and see it with my own eyes. I was in love with it. I was happy Tanisha did a little mini ball. They had a little bit of fun. They did their different categories and dances and loved it. Utica got to see a little ball. They had a Black Lives Matter segment, which transitioned into Trans Lives Matter. And I felt like it was very important for that to be shown. Just anytime you could use a national platform to bring awareness to an issue, I'm here for it. And so I'm happy the girl spoke out about it, and I'm happy production let it be aired on television. When Lala Reed cried because she said that person died like a couple of blocks from her house, I cried. And you know I don't cry at nothing. TV really doesn't make me tear up, but I felt Lala Reed in that moment. I love a real moment, and I had tears in my eyes. That was a good moment. Thank you, producers, for letting them tell their stories, you know, their protest stories and how it made them feel and the things that they wanted to do for the cause. I appreciate every moment they give to that. So let's get into the runway. Up first, RuPaul, I guess you said 3 weeks was enough. You was ready to look a fool again. I didn't like the pink cupcake dress. I didn't like it. Yes, your legs, amazing legs. I can't talk about nobody's legs. But I just didn't like the dress. So let's move on from that. It's too many categories. It's too many looks. I'm going to go person by person because I really just want to get to say what the fuck I got to say about Untucked. Like I said, the looks didn't really impress me. I didn't want to go take pictures with my phone. Y'all really can't see no pictures. No way. Anyway, I know y'all can't. I know it's a little nice touch, but y'all seen it. Y'all watched. Up first is Denali. She was an airbag. I liked the airbag look. I thought it was a great interpretation of the mixed bag. The only thing is you were playing Crash Test Dummy, not the airbag. But I got it. I thought it was cute. You got a yes ma'am for that. She was Cruella de Vil for the rich bitch. I'm going to say it like this. 80% of you hoes, and I'm saying hoes in a nice way, you know, fun. 80% of y'all hoes was CEOs. And I'm like, CEOs aren't the only women that are rich. Like, majority of you all had on power suits. It wasn't really nothing to critique. So let's move through this fast. At least Cruella de Vil is not a mind-blowing look. It's very Halloween, but at least you were different. At least you stood out by being different, Denali. And then your Day of the Dead unconventional challenge made out of purse look, to me, was one of the best. Denali should not have been safe this week to me, but that's why my name Angie and not RuPaul. So let's move on from Denali. Up next is Joey J, who definitely deserved to be in the bottom. She did. The Poison Ivy bag look, people didn't get it because you were Poison Ivy, but you were saying you were an Ivy bag. IV bag. You were throwing too many things in one. I personally thought it could have been cute if your thong was not ill-fitting. Like, y'all saw it. The thong was ill-fitting. The second look, you just had on a black jumpsuit that I swear I saw before. And it's only, what, week 5? I could have swore I saw that before. And then you had on an eye patch and no wig. And I was like, where's your wig, girl? That was a complete no, ma'am. And I didn't mind the pattern you picked to work with. Your look just didn't have any shape. And you actually had on some kind of mesh t-shirt. When you lip sync, you took all that fluff off. And I love the little mesh shirt. I wish you could have just stuck with that little mesh shirt with the little lingerie under it and put more things on that. But girl, I ain't no designer either. But you got all no ma'ams. You got all no ma'ams. Let's move over to La Ree. La Ree came out as a bag of bones. I loved it. I love that giant curly wig. It was everything. La Ree's makeup in all 3 looks were amazing. I do agree with most people that I've heard that she should have stuck more bones on the dress, but then I think it would have took away from her showing that hourglass shape she was trying to show off, especially with that mermaid style dress. I felt like it was just enough. Like, I heard people say she should have put glitter on the bones. Like, no, I liked it. I thought it was good the way it was. Up next, she wasn't even really a rich bitch. Like, it was just a peplum suit. I didn't like the 1980s muted colors, like the neon yellow but soft. It didn't pop. La Ree, I say it every week. Your outfits could be cute, but I don't like the colors you pick to go with your skin tone. Like, it doesn't pop. And then where was your wig? I've heard people say she was turning it with that bald look. Yes, your face was beat. But I personally feel, and it's just my personal opinion, La Ree is a queen that needs a wig. I don't like the way her looks look without a wig. I know my brow is showing y'all, but forgive me. Forgive me. Shit, I ain't got time to go get a pen. And she was the worst with them gift bags all over. I don't know what La Ree was doing. The best part of all of this, we're going to get to Utica last, when Nicole said Utica did that in the same time La Ree hot glue bags. La Ree, you should have chomped them bags up into little pieces. I don't really, like I said, I'm not a designer, but you gave us the worst ever look on Drag Race history. Like, you didn't even have nothing on the bottom of the corset. Like, what was you hot gluing, girl? Moving on to Miss Two T's. She was a gift bag. That was simple. Lala, you could have did that. You could have hot glued a little shift dress out of the bags, took the white parts and made your little spaghetti straps, and then found you some tools somewhere in the back and made yourself into a gift bag out of gift bags. I wouldn't have cared if that was Miss Two T's first look. You saw Olivia didn't care, but we're going to get to Olivia in a minute. But the gift bag look, Two T's was simple, but you were safe. For the rich bitch, I guess you were the KFC CEO. It was given all KFC Colonel up here with the red. It wasn't cute. It was just a power suit, and it wasn't a cute one at that. Like, where your Chanel? Where your Gucci? If you're gonna be a CEO, like, where is your Diane Vaughn? You know her. I worked in corporate, like I work for the government now, but I've worked in corporate accounting for many years, and I ain't never seen nobody wear no red suit like that. Really, none of the suits y'all were wearing. But let's move on. Her last one, she was a She made something out of a beanbag, and I said it looked like a swimsuit with a trench coat over it. Like, if you made that trench coat, that was cute. Even if you wanted to do the little bikini top, I felt like you should have did a pencil skirt, or even instead of a sarong, a nice little swing circle skirt. I felt like the sarong made it look like a swimsuit with a trench, and I just felt like all the pieces didn't go together, even though they were well made. But for the most part, Elliot and your two T's, you passed the test. Tamisha came out as an old bag, which was an old lady little skit. She played her part. It was simple, but she acted it out. Up next, she was also in a power suit, black and white, with a green scarf and feather on top. I love the matching green shoes. I mean, out of all the power suits, I like Tamisha's the best. Next, she made something out of jewelry bags. Tamisha, the execution of it alone should not have had you be in the bottom. But I think it was the shoulder pads. Like the judges said, you should have edited the look. The shoulder pads made it seem too much. But I didn't mind Tamisha's look. It definitely was not the worst to be in the bottom three. Simone is up next. First, she was the fun bags. All I could think about was Wendy Williams. And you know, last night I had a good time watching Wendy in that documentary in that movie. But this is not the video for that. I liked it. Up next, she had on a pink shiny suit. The wig was cute. The holes in the knees, I didn't get. I don't know no rich bitches that had their knees out like that. But hey, moving on. Whatever. Simone put something together. She did what she had to do to walk the runway. It was a cute little nautical bikini moment. Red and black, red and white. Moving on. Olivia. Olivia was a punching bag. To me, Olivia, week 2, when you saw Simone come out in her lame, is that the name of the fabric, as a boxer with her French braids down to her knees, week 2 is when you should have been starting a new idea for this challenge, because you knew it was coming up. I would have never put on that pink boxing outfit after Simone wore hers. And if I did put it on, I would have had just known in my mind, I'm just going to be safe, because Simone killed it. The judge has already seen this 2 weeks ago. Mine does not look better. Moving on from that. Olivia's next was, she had on a capri suit, like capri pants, with a tank top, jacket, and a cape. And the cape wasn't even cute. No, ma'am. Rich bitches, we don't go to work like that. Hell, even us middle class bitches, we don't go to work like that with no capri suit on. No, ma'am. Last, she had on some kind of green, metallic, golden, remind me of a futuristic music video. I ain't like it. Some people liked it. The hair and the makeup was everything. She was safe. She met the challenge this week. Got Mick. Got Mick was a body bag. It kind of grossed me out, but it was creative. Okay. Up next, that rich bitch. She was the richest bitch on the stage for me. I loved that black pinstripe suit with the one titty out, with the all rhinestone bra. It was all crystallized, and I was like, Rose, baby, this is how you put tulle on a suit. Yes, that's how you put an accent of tulle ruffle on a suit. Gottmik looked good. I did not like that wig with that. I felt like she needed a little Halle Berry moment, a little cute pixie, her natural hair. Maybe I like the black, the color black, but I would have did a little cute little pixie. That little ponytail with the 2 white strings in the face, I didn't like. Gottmik's bag challenge look, I did not, it was cute, But all it was straps. It looked like seat belts wrapped around her body. And then she had one leg of purses going down her leg. I didn't like it. No, let's move on. Rose had on the bagpipes. I said Morgan Michaels did it better. Like, I like when Morgan did it for the Scottish heritage. Rose did Big Business. Now, y'all know last week I was trying to think of Big Business in the comments, and somebody in the comments told me the name of the movie, and I actually went out that weekend and rented Big Business, you know, on my little cable thing, and I watched it 2 times. I love that movie, and that polka dot suit, it's pink in the movie. You should have got pink, Rose. That's your color. When she first came out, especially with the Bette Midler wig, the do, I gave it to you, Rose, and you know I don't give you too much. I'm trying not to hate you because I'm not a Jan fan, and she reminds me of Jan, but I might give it to you, Rose. I might give it to you. I gotta not compare and contrast. I gotta let you be you. You know, I gotta let you be you. Forget Jan. But moving on, I love that. I love that. I love the throwback to that movie. I'm so happy I watched it. Moving on. Rose's purse challenge, to me, she didn't deserve to be in the top. All she did was cut open purses in half. It still looked like purses. Put them on her titties and cut them in half and sewn them onto her underwear and did a twirl down the runway. But like I said, this week it didn't take much. It didn't take much because most people looked a mess. Tina Burner, she was the brown bag. I like the concept, but I didn't like the execution. The dress wasn't cute to me. Tina, Michelle, when are you going to read Tina for these red wigs? These clown ass wigs. I believe she had on a clown wig every look this whole week. But let's move on. Tina up next. She had on the houndstooth peplum suit. It was cute. Now, that's some shit I probably would wear. Not with the hat, not with the wig. But I do enjoy a houndstooth moment. And I do enjoy a good peplum. You know, peplums make your ass look a little bit bigger. So, I like that. RuPaul. Because Tina just knew her outfit was it. Because she made it out of a beanbag. RuPaul says she looks like Rhonda McDonald's. Yes, for that Read Ru. I'm over it. Like, when are y'all gonna call Tina out? We tired of the red, the yellow, the orange outfits. What other colors you got in your suitcase, girl? But let's move on, because I gotta get to Untucked. Candy came out with a bag of tricks, and I said, Candy, it's a shame you up here talking all this shit, but this look, which doesn't say much, has been your best look ever since you've been on the show. And all you had on was a little black pencil skirt and a white blouse. And that was your best look. So I think Candy needs to shut the fuck all the way up. I did enjoy the little magic trick you did. You took your bag and it had some sequins on the back. I love a good sparkle moment. I didn't mind your bag of tricks look, Candy, but it says a lot for that to be your best look so far. Up next, Candy came out in her panties again. I ain't get it. Like, just because you put some fake dollar bills on a wig, a ugly ass wig, like, it looked, instead of it looking like a wig, it looked like one of those 1950s swim caps that had just all the flowers all over the swim cap. It wasn't cute, Candy. It wasn't cute. It was a no ma'am. And then you were a book bag whore. Because again, you are in a bra, a strapless bra, and a too small bottom. When are the judges going to read her for this? Like, she had it on in the lame. She had, you know, the Austin Powers. Your rich bitch wasn't none but a bra and panty set with a blazer on top. And then you had on a bra and a skirt set. Like, Candy, delusions. Delusions. It was a no ma'am. And I didn't like the hair. Some people like the hair. When I looked at it again and I said, okay, she has the balls in her hair. You know, we all, when we was younger, our mama put all them damn balls in our hair. I get it, but no. Now let's get to who I think was the best of the week. The best is definitely last. Utica, you were robbed, girl. Her doggy bag looked like the rich bitch. That looked better than everybody's rich bitch look. I loved it. It looked very Chanel-esque. I love the mixed patterns, all the textures, the hair. I love it. I do agree, RuPaul, when he said sometimes, Utica, you're too campy. You make a lot of weird faces like, and it takes away from the beauty of the look. Just sometimes just walk out and be like, yeah, look at this. It's me, you know, but that's your thing, girl. She was very Chicago with a touch of Kimora, like them big ass earrings on that Chicago outfit. I loved it. And I love the little Utica, you were robbed, because that sleeping bag looked very high fashion. It looked like it should be on a runway in Paris today. Like, it was gorgeous, Utica. And Nicole said it best. Utica, you did that, and Lala did that. And y'all had the same amount of time. And Utica was helping your ass. So you really didn't have the same amount of time, because Utica took time away to help you figure out how to thread your machine. Moving on. I did not put my phone on Do Not Disturb. Let me do it right now. The tops this week were Utica, Rose, and Gottmik. Gottmik won. I would have gave it to Utica. I thought her outfits were all the best. But again, my name is Angie, not Rue. Let me hurry up and put this on before it start ringing again, because I hate when I have to edit the videos together. The bottoms were Tamisha, Lala, and Joey. I forgot to say, I would have put Denali in the top over Rose, because I like Denali's looks. Her actual unconventional challenge look was way better than Rose's, but Tamisha, Lala, and Joey J were in the bottom. I personally would have put Candy ass in the bottom. I blame you, Rue, because you all are making Candy think that she's better than what she is. I agree with Candy. She needs to be on that stage to get her critiques, but she needs to be in the bottom getting these critiques so she can figure out what to do better. Lala and Joey have to lip sync. I 100% agree with that. Even if Candy was in the bottom, Joey and Lala were lip syncing. And they lip synced to Iggy Azalea's Fancy. I thought that was a great lip sync song. Lala killed Joey. Joey wasn't no bitch though. Like, she was holding her own, but I guess Do Not Disturb doesn't work. But Lala is just a force. I guess I'm gonna have a lot of editing to do, because now my son kept calling me. But at the end of the day, the filler queen went home. I was never mad for Joey to go. She hasn't impressed me all season. Bye, girl, bye. Moving on. Now, Untucked was it. And you know Untucked has been boring for a very long time. So let's get right into it. So, you know, the safe girls come back, and a lot of them are like, I felt like I should have been in the top. I really feel like we need these critiques. You know, Denali felt like she should have been in the top. I agree. I think even Elliot says she felt like she stepped her looks up and she should have been in the top. I'm like, girl, bye. No, ma'am. Candy says she has been critiqued about her looks being trash, which they have been and still are. But she feels like she's applied her critiques. So since she applied her critiques, she deserves to be in the top, so the judges can tell her they noticed that she applied her critiques. Girl, they need to tell you. This is one delusional bitch, and the delusions just keep going snowballing once we get into Untucked. Y'all watched. But this is where I say I fault Rue, because I don't think they're telling Candy the correct critiques. Like, all they told you was that your panties showing. Okay, this week your panties wasn't showing. So you think you done something, girl? because you learn how to hide your undergarments? No, ma'am. Well, I'm about to read you again real quick in a second. But Ross is telling Candy, I just love you because I never know what the fuck is going to come out of your mouth next. And that's star quality. I'm like, no, it's not. That's actually kind of insane. When you have to look at somebody and wonder what the fuck is going to come out their mouth next so you can laugh at them. Like, we do that. We call people like that crazy, not talented. Like, you all are praising Candy for being a fool instead of critiquing her on how to better her talent. Because what Candy is doing is not talented. A lot of people have gassed her up and made her think she's like Vanjie 2.0 or better than Vanjie. Vanjie was very humble. Vanjie understood that she had something that made people laugh, but at the same time, Vanjie always wanted Rue's honest opinion so she could really do better. That's not Candy. Like, Candy thinks she the shit. And yeah, my underwear was showing, but I'm still the shit. Ross can't wait to hear what... Like, I need Candy to be knocked down a couple of pegs. In production, if you all really love Candy, you wouldn't use her just to be the buffoon of the show. You would really try to help her better her craft. But that's what they're doing to you, Candy. They're using you to be the buffoon and gassing you up. But let's move on. So, Candy felt like she applied, and so let's move on. Candy has the nerve to say that Miss Tamisha is a sewer, but just because you can sew don't mean you have taste. And I'm like, bitch, what kind of taste did you have to put on your bra and panties and a wig made of fake dollar bills? What kind of taste was that? Moving on. All the girls, because they all asked, who would you want to send home of the three that we think are in the bottom? And they all said Tamisha. And I said, y'all some hating ass bitches. And I'm like, I want to see you say this to Tamisha's face. I can't wait for somebody, somebody gonna tell Tamisha what they said. I can't wait for you all to say this to her face. Like, what the fuck you mean? Like, Tamisha has slayed the runway all season. And bitch, you've looked like trash. So what do you mean you could sew, but you don't have no taste? I hope somebody tells her this. In a way, I don't, because I now see Tamisha does like to fight. But I can't wait to see the aftermath of somebody telling Tamisha all the bullshit Candy did not say to her face. But moving on. So now they getting on Elliot because Elliot doesn't want to answer. They're like, well, Elliot, who would you send home? And Elliot was like, I don't want none of this smoke because I know y'all messy bitches ain't gonna do nothing but tell them what we said next week. And I don't want none of the smoke from none of the ladies. Elliot, what you have said to Tamisha? I hope not, girl. But I don't see how anybody said Tamisha with Lala looking the way she looked. Let's move on. So now Olivia has the bright idea of saying, well, since we couldn't get critiqued by the judges, why don't we critique each other? Anyone have any critiques for each other? And Candy, who has to be loud and in front of the camera, is like, Miss Two T's. You need to learn how to read the room. You need to be more self-aware. And I'm like, bitch, aren't you a black ass kettle over there? Like, what the fuck do you mean? I can't stand Candy no more. So, Candy tells Elliot about herself. And I'm like, I thought we were going to critique about the ball. Not about your personal feelings towards someone. But, how people can throw it but can't catch. Really, you can't throw it. But you definitely can't catch it. Now, Elliot is not one of those. Like, she's not rah-rah. She doesn't want to really argue with Candy. She's kind of like, Candy, what do you mean? And Candy did this. And then Candy wants to get big and bad and bold with Elliot. But, you know, Elliot doesn't want to give her that. So now Candy is showing me, especially after seeing all of Untucked, you are also a bully bitch. Where you ain't willing to say all this shit that you was just talking to Tamisha in her face. But you, all season, you've been picking on Elliot. And I feel like you pick on Elliot because Elliot is a smaller queen. And she isn't one to fight back with you. And I kind of feel like that's wrong because the week before you was telling Elliot she felt like Elliot should have been in the bottom. And now Elliot needs to learn how to read a room. And I know some shit is going on with Elliot because some people are calling Elliot with her 3Ks. And I want to know what the fuck that means. People say, go look on Twitter. I looked on Twitter. I ain't see anything. So if you know why people are calling Elliot and her 3Ks, let me know. Because I don't want to be taken up for a bitch that I shouldn't be taken up for. But let's move on. So now the girls come in and they want to know who in the top and who in the bottom. And Tamisha says this. It's a couple of you girls I really don't care for. I don't really rock with. But you know I'm old school. And y'all bitches are new school. And I may not like y'all asses, but y'all turned it. Y'all showing an old school bitch some new things in drag. Y'all turned it this week. Like Tamisha was giving them props, but still letting they asses know, I can give you props, but I ain't fucking with your ass. Like, I can tell you cute, but I don't like you. Don't get it twisted. I don't like you. I love Tamisha. I love Tamisha. And at this moment, they were like, well, what do you mean? You don't like? She's like, some of y'all got some nasty attitudes. And at this moment, we hear a hit dog holler. Like somebody felt stung and they had to shout. Because Candy is like, oh, I feel like you looking at me. And she was like, well, if it applies, I guess I was talking to you. And so now Candy is all upset and like, what do you mean I have a nasty attitude? And Tamisha was like, well, you know, I feel like you're a little bit arrogant. And she was like, arrogant? You think I'm arrogant? Who in here thinks, have I been being arrogant? And I love Rose, and you know I have not been giving Rose that much at all. But Rose was like, yeah, girl, you are a little bit arrogant. And you know, she was co-signing. And I was here for the co-signature on the loan. Because Candy, your ass is arrogant. You are not confident. You are very arrogant because the judges have allowed you to be that way. But not even before the judges. I ain't gonna give Ru too much. You came in on the show talking about you were here and Aja was there, where I ain't never seen Aja turn a bad look. And from the wigs you have been wearing that have been nice, look like they came from Aja's closet. You need to make up with the girl. But let's move on. So the hit dog hollers, and now Candy is mad. And she's going around the room. Do you think I'm arrogant? No. Do you think I'm arrogant? No. Do you think I'm arrogant? No. And I'm like, y'all some fake bitches. And then she gets to Elliot and was like, do you think I'm arrogant? Yeah, girl. So I loved Elliot for that. But let me know about the 3Ks, y'all. I'm serious about that. So Elliot was like, yeah, I think you arrogant. And then she goes to Joey because you know she has this huge crush on Joey. And she was like, do you think I'm arrogant? What are you doing right now, girl? What is all this? And I'm like, yes. Can some of y'all please let this bitch know that she is not all the fucking that? So now Candy is really mad. And she was like, well, I just feel like if I'm being arrogant, you all should say it to my face. And Tamisha said, girl, I just did. I just did say it to your face. Yes, ma'am, Tamisha. Yes, ma'am, Tamisha. Like, read this bitch down. Check this bitch. Let her know. Somebody has to do it. See, this is what happens when your parents don't whoop your ass at home. And so you come out in the street thinking the behavior you do at home is going to fly. Oh, no, ma'am. The world will check you. Oh, trust and believe. So parents, do your job. The world will check your kids. And so now, I forgot, I done lost my space. But somewhere, Candy wants to say bitches. And she was like, I'm tired of these bitches. I'm walking away. I'm tired of these bitches trying me. Bitches always trying me. And Candy was like, I said what the fuck I said. But I'm not going to be too many of these bitches. And so now Candy is real mad. And see, this is why I say Candy is a bully type bitch. Because with Elliot, she was going in on Elliot. Elliot, you can't take it. Elliot this. But you see, when Candy, she wasn't giving it back to Candy. She was addressing the room. She wasn't giving it back to Tamisha. When Elliot wasn't, she was willing to, you this Elliot, to Elliot. But Tamisha, when somebody is ready to go back and forth with you and say what the fuck she said with you, you want to address the room. You think I'm arrogant? You? Well, everybody think I wish they would say it. Like, she wasn't giving it back to Tamisha. She was doing it in codes. Like, I'm ready to go. Because when she was giving about too much of these bitches, she was looking for her crew, Miss Gottmik and Miss Tina Burner, to have her back and follow her. But you can see you ain't all that either, boo. Because they were still sitting there. And so Tina finally did, throw in a couple of 2 cents. Was like, Tamisha, we just asked who was in the top and the bottom. We didn't really ask you who the fuck you like. And Tamisha was like, I said what the fuck I said. I didn't care about what you asked me. I said what I said. And I really don't give a fuck about you either, Tina, why you want to get in this. I love Tamisha. Like, I knew it. I said it before. Tamisha, why didn't we run across each other's path in Atlanta? Me and you could have been friends because I love her. So now Candy has to escalate because she doesn't have enough followers. And she's like, I need to go outside because I'm getting ready to slap a bitch. And Tamisha was like, oh, it's time for me to get up and walk over. Like, we'll do it then, bitch. Because I'm waiting for you to slap me because I already don't like you. And I really do like to fight. You heard what Lala Ree said. So please slap me. Because I guarantee I will be the last bitch that you slap. Oh, but Candy didn't want any of that smoke. And now here come her crew. We got you, girl. Let's go outside. Stop it, Tamisha. We ain't gonna fight. I'm like, but this bitch was asking for it. She done already called me 5, 6 bitches over here. And I told her I wasn't gonna be one more. But now she wants to slap a bitch too. Well, do it. You got all the smoke, fan the fire. Do it. Candy is a scary ass bitch. Number one, she's the type of bitch that thinks because she's big and that she can be loud, that people will be scared of her. And it usually, most of the times, it does work. Like, it works with Elliot. She can be big and loud with Elliot. And Elliot will back up, I don't want no smoke, Candy. Do your thing. It ain't that serious. I'm just here to show my work. But, she came across the right one with Tamisha. You can be big and loud, but show me what you got. Oh, you want to throw hands? Well, where are they? My hands are right here. I'm just waiting for you to swing. It's always, because Tamisha told her, oh, you got the right one. Slap me. I'm the right one. Please do it. I was loving it. Like, it wasn't making me mad in the moment because ultimately Tamisha did start it. Tamisha started it, but she finished it as well. Because Tamisha, ain't nobody ask you all that. But you gave it to him, which Candy deserved. She deserved it. And that was it. Now her crew done went outside. They running from a bumblebee. Tamisha's still inside talking shit. And Lala is like, y'all can have this. Let me go learn my lyrics because I know my ass is lip syncing. And that was it. I really feel like the producers are like, Joey, you can go because we need some more of this because I was so scared that they were going to be like mother and daughter lip sync against each other, and I was going to be pissed if either one of them went home. I know it's going to be some more fireworks. Next week's they doing disco. Bitch, can you dance? We shall see. That's it. Get in the comments and let me know what you all think. I'm ready to have a good time with you all in these comments because people have been waiting for me to do this video. All right, have a good time. You got your mask? Yeah. Okay. So people have been waiting for me to do this video, so I can't wait to have a good time with you all in the comments. I really want to know what you all think about this week's episode. Really. Okay, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. Subscribe, everything. You know what to do. And I will see you all next week for some more Drag Race. I've been waiting for some people to give me some drama. I don't want nobody to fight, but I don't mind a little bit of drama. I loved it. All right, like I said it. Bye, y'all. Bye.